Yeah, and you bring up the Undertaker comparison there, which I think is interesting because I know that I talked to maybe a year or so, 2 years ago at this point, earlier in your Ring of Honor run, about how one of the dream matches you thought is maybe if you could get to that point, a dream PCO versus Undertaker match. It doesn't seem like that's going to happen anymore with Undertaker having retired. Is there another big bout out there that you would really like to see happen with PCO now?
Well, I'm very disappointed of this because I think I could have gave him a hell of a match for his retirement match. I think I could dig, deep down, and I've got resources like to have like a stealer, like to really like steal the show with him. With him being over as he is, I think that he needed to. What he needed, I think, in my mind, if you're gonna retire as Undertaker, I think he had to be, burned down and put in her in the urn and go back in a casket back to the to the arena, back to the dressing rest, whatever, just to close up the show
Sure.
because you want to see Undertaker's debut all the way to the end, and you want to close the chapter as you want people to cry. Over 80,000 people crying for their sharing their love or the fact that they cared for what Taker has done. You want to sell like entertainment and especially a lot of feelings. So you want you want the people to pay the price, and you put such a show where you don't disappoint them, but you see, let's say, is the year that he was born, let's say 1966, 67, whatever, 65, and 2022, let's say, and you have different images in the end. So I think that's a proper retirement for Undertaker, not during a pandemic with a cinematic match. That's the way I see it. That's only my opinion.
How many years do you see yourself still as an in ring competitor ahead of you, PCO?
I don't have issues with bumping. I don't have issues with any of my knees or my back or my spine touching wood. Um, but it's not because I want to stretch into the time, but I need to accomplish those things that I always wanted to accomplish, and I did accomplish a lot
Yeah.
in the last 2 3 years. Maybe one or two goals away, before retiring. But I was hoping to, leave the business on a great run, on packing house, a little bit like Steve Austin or Hogan or something similar, not the same because it has been done and it was done, and I want to do it my way. Maybe it can last 3 months, 4 months, 6 months, a year. I don't know.
Yeah.
I want to sell out the Olympic Stadium. It's about 80,000 people in Montreal. Those two things, they're pretty big, and that's what I wanted to do before I would like really retire. So um, we'll see how I got my ideas how to accomplish that, because I'm thinking we sold out with New Japan Pro Wrestling and Ring of Honor, the Madison Square Garden, in about 20 minutes. All the base of the fan base there. You can send them first. The the first tickets is going to be available, and my thinking is like if we can sell those 20 25,000 seats, around the ring, in let's say a couple of days or a couple of hours, from people coming from Boston, New York, um, Vermont, just the Northeast, plus Quebec is big too. There's a lot of people deep down, 6-7 hours away that they could come with their car.
Yeah.
And the rest of the tickets, at $20 a piece or $25 a piece, big tailgate party, big, something happening, a big happening, something that would be worked out with the mayor of the city, partnership with the mayor, partnership with the Olympic Stadium, because it's always empty. They never do anything there. There's no more baseball team. There's no more the Alouettes. They don't play there. They play another field where there's 20,000 seats. So I think there's a lot of opportunities there, and I think the people are ready for such a big show. And so I'm hoping to be able to put that together in 2022 or 2023.
Man.
We'll see how everything evolves. But I think a year of promoting that, not promoting that, but talking about for a full year, knowing that we're going to do it, but a good 2-3 solid months. And then you let the ticket go, start the sales. And I think people could get up pretty fired up about it.
Are you envisioning something where like you kind of take on the promoter producer role for this particular show, and Ring of Honor supports you, kind of like what we saw a little bit with All In a couple of years ago?
Yeah, something like that. I'd like to be able to put a lot of people together, a lot of connections, and a lot of people like, let's say the mayor with, high, people from, that are interested, and I remember like when WWE they were doing like 35,000-40,000 even. I was part of a show at Sky Dome in Toronto. It was like 45,000 people. It was amazing. Sky Dome is a huge stadium. Sky Dome was like 80,000 seats. It was that full. It was maybe 45,000. It was Edge debut. I was fighting Edge for his debut in Toronto.
Wow.
And I remember it was amazing. And I know here because during my run as a world champion, I've been on every show in Canada, major show, like 2 million viewers, a lot of people watching. And all those people, they said, like, if you come to Bell Center for a title match or a title defense or Olympic Stadium, all the top journalists, the editorialists, the people in charge of big newspapers and big websites and big medias and TV hosts, and they all they all want to be part of it. So
yeah.
It would be so crazy. It would be so crazy. And that could start, that show could lead into like a pretty cool run all over the States,
Sure.
And that would like close the chapter for me.
That would be
awesome.
That would be awesome. I love that. And so what about